Have you ever felt like you were just stuck in an emotion that you absolutely could not shake? Like you just try to distract yourself or do something, but then it keeps coming back and it's just as strong or it gets even stronger, rearing its ugly head again. Today, I'm going to teach you a very simple release technique that you can learn. And you can use this anytime to shift your mental and emotional and energetic state instantly. Emotions, you may have heard the term are energy in motion. However, they can get stuck. And when they do get stuck, they can keep you feeling very heavy or anxious or drained, lethargic, or just sick of feeling that same trapped emotion over and over again. As a clinical hypnotherapist and intuitive healer, this is something that I teach to my clients because this is one of the fastest ways that you can create emotional freedom. And it's very simple. There's 6 steps to this. I'll put that in the description. Today, I'm going to teach you the full technique. You can take that info and do with it what you will. Cool. And the other thing that I want to mention is that this is not necessarily a one and done type thing. There's a commitment involved. So save this video, come back to this process and make a promise to yourself, not me, not your mom, not your best friend, but to yourself that you are willing to feel your emotions from now on, no matter what those look like. And remember, emotions are just energy, they're just consciousness. You're a human vessel, and your spirit is equipped to feel all of that and let that run through you. So no more repressing it. Let's feel those emotions and then allow them to release. Cool. So let's get right into this. And I wonder if you can do this with me right now. Step one is to identify the emotion that you're in right now. So I want you to identify the dominant emotion that you're feeling right now. What are you feeling right now? What emotional state would you say you're in right now? Just take note. Good. And step two is locate it in the body. So, where do you notice the bulk of that emotion lives in your body? Maybe it's in your chest, maybe it's in your head. Where did your body light up, so to speak, with a region of your body that really is inflamed with this emotion? Where is the main area that's lighting up? So that's step two. Where is that? Just take mental note. You're doing great. Step three is breathe into that emotion. The key here is to allow that emotion to exist without you opposing it or resisting it or trying to change it. So, right now, just take a moment to breathe into that emotion as it is. Almost like you're, like, let's say you have that energy pattern in your chest, then pretend that you breathe in through that part of your chest where that tension is at. Or if it's in your head, you're breathing in and out of that spot. Good. Step four, and really let these steps take as long as you personally need them to take. So if you still need more time doing step three, breathing into the emotion, pause the video now and do that. Step four is to imagine that that energy in your body, wherever it lit up, that energy, you're now imagining it as its own energetic form. Okay, so if this energy had a form, what is the very first split second thing that comes to mind? So maybe you see it as like a red triangular type structure, for example, or maybe it's dark, maybe it has different colors to it, maybe it has a texture to it. But really, whatever comes into your mind that you first see that as, run with that, okay? The trick is not to overthink this. We're not using the thinking mind. Does it have sharp edges? Does it have a color, a texture, etc.? Notice any details that are there. The key here is just to see that energy now as its own structure, because that gives you distance from it now. Because it's not really who you are, that's just really close to you, okay? And step five is to visualize releasing that energy. Okay. And I want you to stay with this as long as it takes you personally to let this through. Stay with it. Be willing to just let that energy exist and let the energy fluctuate. And maybe it even wants to get bigger if it wants. That's okay. Let it do what it wants. And you can visualize this energy coming out of you bit by bit, or you can imagine it dissolving bit by bit. And one thing that really works well is to imagine that energy as it's dissolving, it's gathering out in front of you as like a cloud of thick, murky smoke. Okay. And then when it feels like everything is cleared out of you, I want you to imagine blowing all of that smoke far away from you. And you're blowing it out into white light, where it is being given back to the universe to be recycled back into unconditional love, pure potentialized energy. That's perfect. And don't rush this. Take as long as it needs to take. Pause the video if you have to do that. That's totally fine. But wait until this energy is fully dissipated. And once it has, I want you to take three big, deep belly breaths in and out. And on the third breath out, you're blowing all of that, every last fragment of that energy away. It's gone. Very good. Every bit of it is out of your body, is being transmuted. Step six, now we're at the last step. Step six is to replace the space where that energy lived with something more positive and life-giving. So you want to bring in the positive state that you want to feel. What is the state and the emotion that you would really love to feel? And I don't know what that is for you. It might be peace, it might be light, it might be love, understanding, compassion. The first thing that comes to mind is absolutely perfect. And I want you to just breathe that energy into your entire being and let that energy fill in all of those spaces where that old energy used to be. Yes, you're doing so, so good. Just breathing in that pure positive energy, that light, that compassion, whatever it is for you that you really would love to feel, and you are feeling right now. So now that you've added in this pure positive energy state, I want you to really notice now, how are you feeling? How do you feel now in your entire being? What is the predominant emotion you're feeling now? Pretty amazing, right? This is your natural state when you allow old emotions to move through instead of staying stuck in them. So if you're still feeling a little bit of resistance, that's totally okay. Just run yourself through that process with whatever is there. Maybe it alchemized a little bit and there's still a little bit left. Just keep working on that energy structure and you will get through it as long as you are willing to run it through that process every time you feel resistance or a so-called negative emotion, right? And also just remember, it's all just energy, it's all just consciousness. So, this is just one of many emotional release techniques that I use in my hypnotherapy and healing practice with clients. And that is a technique that, if you really learn how to do this at the deepest levels, so watch this video as many times as you need to really understand what's going on and how that energy is moving through you, then and you commit to running any perceived negative emotion through that, then you are going to have a whole different life experience. Anytime something comes up, you run it through these 6 steps, then you are going to feel a world of difference. Your life is going to change because your emotions are going to change, and your emotions is what actually attracts the circumstances in your physical reality. If you're always in a low and depressed state, you don't have access to as many things that are right in front of you. Maybe there's opportunities right in front of you, yet you don't feel worthy or you don't feel deserving of them, or you just don't physically feel well enough. You just feel this feeling of non well being, then that's going to block you. But the more that you're in your natural, pure positive energy state, the more you're going to attract really resonant things. And you're giving yourself intentionally the feeling of those positive emotions, and you're training all of those pathways within yourself to have a new baseline. So, if you want to explore doing deeper work with me, like if you know you have a lot of layers of these trapped emotions and you're just ready to dig in and heal these once and for all, that is what I'm here for. I can help you do this. And you can really heal these things for once and for all, for good. The average emotion, if left to naturally run its course, is only going to last around 90 seconds. But many people feel these emotions for years. They stay stuck for years feeling these because they don't allow the full progression of that energetic pattern to complete. So if you want to work with me and just work through all these layers, and I can really efficiently help you do that in a very safe and effective way, then I'll leave a link to book sessions down in the description. I'll leave that full process down in the description. And also, don't underestimate the amount of healing that you can personally do yourself, because all healing is self healing. I can guide you to heal yourself, but you are the one that holds the power to your healing. So I hope you take this process and let me know how it goes for you. Thank you so much for being here. Like the video if you want, subscribe to the channel if you want, and let me know down in the comments. I'm curious to know what did you experience today? How are you? Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.